Thanks, Kyle. Back on the 4th of July, Chase Briscoe won NASCAR's Xfinity Series race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Mitchell, Indiana native will race for the series title in a couple of weeks. And as for his 2021 season, it's about to get even bigger. Brad Brown caught up with Briscoe today for our Sports Extra Spotlight.
When they say Chase Briscoe, driver of the number 14 for Stewart-Haas Racing, how does that sound now that it's had a little bit of time to settle in for you?
It's still really surreal. I don't think it's truthfully even hit me yet. You know, we did a video shoot the other week and they were having me just say that it didn't feel real. So it's crazy to think, you know, for me growing up such a diehard Tony Stewart fan, to be driving that 14 car, you know, for me just to get a drive at Stewart-Haas was always a dream come true. But to be able to drive that 14 car that has so much history, especially connected to the state of Indiana and just everything Tony's done with that number, AJ Foyt, you know, all the legends. It's crazy to think that I'm going to be the next guy to be able to drive that, and hopefully I can add to that history.
What's your history with Tony? How far do you guys go back?
Him and my dad obviously have known each other for a really long time, and I was just always a diehard Tony Stewart fan because he would obviously I'd watch him on Sundays, but then you never knew if he's going to be at the local dirt track running the USAC race or a dirt late model or any of that. So for me, I was always kind of drawn to Tony, plus just knowing that, you know, him and my dad raced together, I always thought was really cool growing up. And, you know, I go home, I still have Tony Stewart, you know, blanket and stuff in my room. My cousin was texting me earlier today, giving me a hard time about how I still have a Tony Stewart number 20 stocking. I might have to change that this Christmas. So for me, I was always a diehard Tony fan, and it's just crazy to know that I'm going to be driving that 14 next year.
You won at Indy this summer, and clearly that was a special afternoon for you. Can you put that into words, just what that whole afternoon meant?
Yeah, that day is the day that I'll never forget. And, you know, I wish so badly that we could have had fans there that day. You know, that would have really just been the icing on the cake. You know, for me, just to get to race in Indianapolis was so humbling and such an honor. You know, just to get to turn one lap there, it was something I always dreamed of getting to do. And
I do have one more question. Your NASCAR Cup debut will likely be at the Daytona 500. How about that? Now, what is that going through your head already?
Yeah, it's crazy, you know, just to think about watching that race every year and to get to experience that pre-race, you know, just how they do the pre-race, the flyover, that national anthem, all those things. To have that be my first Cup start, you know, at the biggest race of the year is it's a little nerve-wracking to think about, to be honest with you. So we'll go there and just treat it like any other race. You know, they all pay the same amount of points, so we just got to go there and try to do our best that we can and let the cards fall where they fall. But it's certainly crazy to think I'm going to get to you know, run the Daytona 500 in general, but for that to be my first ever Cup start is crazy to think about.
Congrats, Chase. Best of luck to you in November and, of course, in 2021 in that number 14 car. Good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Chase will race for the Xfinity Series Championship on November 7th in Phoenix.